Good morning, children. Our next topic is nested list. So, whenever a list appears as an element of another list, it is called a nested list. Whenever a list appears as an element of another list, it is called a nested list. Suppose that is a list inside a list is called a nested list. A list inside a list is called a nested list. So here consider this example. List 1 is the name of a list equal to, in square brackets, the elements are 1 comma 2 comma a string A comma a string C comma in square brackets 6 comma 7 comma 8, which is a list, comma 4 comma 9. So in this list 1, you can see how many elements are there. Elements are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Here fifth element is a list. Fifth element is also a list. So this fifth element is at index position 4, because in a list or in a string the index value starts from 0 to n minus 1, that is n is the number of elements in that particular list. So the fifth element comes at index position 4. So if we write list 1 in square bracket 4, it will return the element at that particular index position. So you can see the output obtained when we wrote the statement as list 1, that is in the list 1 the element at 4th index position will be printed. So you can see the output printed is in square brackets 6 comma 7 comma 8. So if we want to retrieve, so to access the elements of a nested list of list 1, we have to specify two indices. Suppose if we want to access the element inside the list 1, the element inside the list 1, which is a list. Suppose we want to access the element inside this nested list, inside this list, which elements are 6 comma 7 comma 8. If we want to access any of these elements in nested list, we have to specify two index values. First index represents the index of that element and second index value represents the index position of that list. The first index I will take us to the desired nested list. So the value what we give for I, list 1 in square bracket I, will take us to that particular nested list. That is, here the nested list is 6 comma 7 comma 8, list containing the elements 6 comma 7 comma 8. Now if we want a single element, we have to specify another index j. So in square bracket the second index is j. J will take us to the desired element in that nested list. J will take us to the desired element in that nested list. So if we write in here like this, list 1 in square bracket 4, again no comma is there, again a square bracket, then 1. So it will take us to the, in list 1, the element at position 4. So element at position 4 is a nested list. Then in that element at position 1. So this is a list. Element at index 0 is 6. At index 1 is 7. So you can see the output obtained is 7. So this is a nested list. The output shown above is generated as because index I gives the fifth element of list 1, which is 4, passed as the argument to I, and j gives the second element in the nested list with argument as 1. So we have given just a brief on nested list. So nested list, you got an idea about what is nested list. Next is copying list. So given a list, the simplest way to make a copy of the list is to assign it to another list. If we want to copy a list, we have it to another list. Suppose this is how list 1 is equal to, in square bracket, 1 comma 2 comma 3. If we want to copy the content of one list to other, we can write list 2 is equal to list 1. Then list 1 is content of list 1 is copied to the content of to the list 2. So if we print list 1, and you will get the list as 1 2 3, and if we print list 2, the output is same. Here the statement list 2 equal to list 1 does not create a new list, but rather it makes list 1 and list 2 to refer to the same list object. Here list 2 actually becomes an alias of list 1, an alternate name for list 1. Therefore, any change made to either of them will reflect in the each other list. So if we change an element in list 2, there comes a change in list 1 also. We have studied this in aliasing. So what happens is, the two list 1 and list 2 points to the same memory location, are pointing to the same memory location where this object is stored. Suppose if you can see the example here, list 1 dot append of 10. This append function will add 10, the value as parameter, that is 10, to the end of the list. So list 1 becomes 1 2 3 comma 10. 10 is added to that list. Now if we print list 2 also, you can see 10 is added to list 2 also. Now there is another method to create a copy. We can also create a copy or clone of the list as a distinct object by 3 methods. Here we have created an alias or copy of one list. Now in that we said that the two lists are pointing to the same memory location or same object of the list. Now we can make the list point to different objects or different memory locations. List can point to different memory locations. That can be done by 3 methods. First method 1, we can slice our original list and store it into new list. Slice our original list and store it into new list. So that can be written as new list. That is the name given to the list. New list is equal to old list in square bracket slicing operator. Start and stop. Slicing operator will have two parameters, start, colon, stop. So let us see this example. List 1 is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then list 2 is equal to list 1 in square bracket, that is slicing. Start and stop are not given. So whole list will be sliced and stored, assigned to list 2. Now these two, list 1 and list 2, are pointing to different memory locations or different objects of the list. Next method is we can use the built-in function list function as follows. Suppose we have a list 1 is equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, and we have a function called list. So anything that is passed to a list function will be converted to a list. Suppose if we pass a string into this list function, it will be converted to a list. So here we are passing our old list through the list function. Now it will be converted to a list again. You can see we have a list 1 is equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, and we are creating a new list 2 is equal to list of. You can see there is a change in the color of list, that is list is a function to convert anything into a list. So we are passing the parameter for list function as list 1. List 1 is the name of a list that we are passing as the parameter to the list function. So when we print this list 2, you can see the list 2 contains the same content of list 1, but list 1 and list 2 are pointing to different memory locations. Both are referring to the different objects of the list. Next method is we can use the copy function. So we have a copy function that we have to import. So import copy will import the copy library. There is a library called copy that can be imported. Then use copy function of library copy. So there is a library called copy, and that library contains a function called copy. So whenever if we are using a function of a particular library, then we have to write like this: library name dot function name, library name dot function name. Now it is given that copy is a library that contains so many functions, and we are using the function copy of the copy library. So we can use that function as library name dot function. So copy dot copy. So copy is a function, so it will always have a attribute that is given inside the function. So inside the function we have given the attribute as the old list or the first list, and we are creating a new list. So let us see how it is created. Import copy. This will import the copy library. Then list 1 is equal to, in square brackets, a list containing integer values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we are creating another list 2 is equal to we are using the copy function of the copy library. So we can use that function as copy dot copy in bracket list 1. Then when we print list 2, the content is same as that of list 1. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The content is same, but list 1 and list 2 are pointing to different memory locations. They are pointing to the different memory locations. So let us see how this 3 methods work. See how this function works. Before that, we can see what is a nested list, that first topic that we have studied. So suppose we have a list A is equal to, a list is always represented in square brackets. So giving the elements as integers 1, 2, 3, a list 6, 7, then outside that comma 8. So you can see A is a list because it is enclosed in square brackets. So 1, 2, 3 are 1, 2, 3, then in square bracket 6, 7, then 8. So all these are elements of list A. So if I want to access any of the element of this list, so I have to write the name of the list. Then in square brackets, I have to write its index. So if I write the index as 2, print in bracket. So if I write the index, it will produce the value, output as the value corresponding to that particular index. So you can see in this list, at 0th index the value is 1, at index 1 the value is 2, at index 2 the value is 3, at index 4, at index 3 the value is a nested list containing two values 6, 7. So let us see what is printed. If we print A in square bracket, the index given is 2. So you can see the value printed is 3. Now it is printed because at index position 2 the value is 3. Now let us see if I give the value as 3. Now if I give the value as 3, that is at in list A, at index position 3, there is the element in that list is again a list. The element in that list A is again a list. So you can see the output is a list because at index position 3 the element is a list. Suppose we want to access an element inside that list, inside the nested list. So we have to specify another square bracket. No need of any comma in between the two square brackets. So if I specify it as 0, because always in list index starts from 0. So if I specify the index as 0, let us see what value we get. We got the value as 6 because print in bracket A square bracket 3 will take us to the value at index position 3 of list A. So at index position 3 there is a nested list containing values 6, 7. Now again we have given a value in square bracket, that is 0. So 0 will take us to the element in the nested list at index position 0. So at index position 0 the element is 6. So if I replace this index position 0 by 1, so you can see the output obtained is 7, because at index position 1 it is 7. Now let us see the different ways to copy a list. So let us give L1 as a list, giving the name L1 is equal to, in square brackets, giving 1, 2, 3, comma 5. 5 elements are there in list L1. Then creating a list L2 is equal to L1. So if we write like this, L2 equal to L1, equal to is the assignment operator, and what happens is L1 is pointing to a memory location where a list is stored. So what happens if we write L2 equal to L1, what happens is L2 also points to the same memory location where L1 is pointing. L2 points to the same memory location where L1 points to. So what happens whenever we make a change in that list, the same list, the memory location, the list in that particular memory location is changed. So what happens? The change is reflected in both the list. Change is reflected in both the list. So let us see. If I write L1 in square bracket 2, that is in list L1, we are changing the value of index value at index position 2 by 20. So at index position 2 you can see the value is 3. We are replacing it by 20. So you can see if I print L1, the output is what? 1, 2, instead of 3 it is 20. The rest are same. Now if I print here, instead of L1, if I print L2, same output is obtained because both L1 and L2 are pointing to the same memory location. Now let us see if we make a change. That is, there are 3 methods by which we can make the two lists point to the different list objects or different memory locations. Two lists can be made to point to the different memory locations. So let us see the first method. First method was using the slicing operator. Okay, here what we will do is, we will create a list. L2 is equal to, what we will do, L1 in square bracket, we are doing slicing. But in slicing, we do not specify any start and stop values. Start and stop is not specified. So, whole elements of that list will be selected. Now, if we print L1 and L2, you can see L1 and L2 are same. L1 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. L2 is also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if I replace L1 in square brackets at index position 2 is equal to 20. Now, I am replacing the value at index position 2 of list L1 by 20. That is, 3 will be replaced by 20. So, let us see what will be the value of L1 and L2. Now, you can see the L1 in list L1, what happened? The value 3 is being replaced by 20, but there is no change in list L2. L2, in list L2, the value 3 is there itself. It is not changed because both the list, even though they contain the same elements, they are pointing to. So, children, if we have a list L1 is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and another list L2 is equal to, we are creating a list. So, we are writing L1, L2 is equal to L1. Then what happens is, in the memory location, a list L1 is stored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This list is stored in a memory location. Suppose 1, 0, 0, 1. This is a memory location where a list is stored. So, what happens is, L1 points to this memory location. L1 will point to this memory location. When we write L1 equal to L2, L2 is equal to L1, then what happens is, the list L1 is, this is the assignment operator. So, L1 is assigned to L2. So, when we write like this, what happens is, L2 will also point to the same memory location. So, L2 will also point to the same memory location. Now, if we print L1, then you can see, if we print L1, then L1 also will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if we print L2, L2 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if we replace this 3 and replace it by 20. So, what happens? L1 and L2 are pointing to the same memory location, So, whatever change that take place in this memory location will be reflected in both the list. So, what happens? This L1 will become 20. Here, this L1, the index position 0, 1, 2. At index position 2, it will become 20. And here also, in L2 also, at index position 2, what happens? 3 will be replaced by 20. Now, by using other methods that we have learnt, first one is by slicing. That is, L2 is equal to L1 slice. And the second method was L2 is equal to list function in bracket L1, then by L2 is equal to copy in bracket L1. These were the three methods that we have learnt. While creating list by using these three methods, what happens is one comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. So what happens is L1 will point to a memory location where this list is stored. And when we create a new list by any of these three methods, what happens? The new list L2 will point to a different memory location where the same list is stored. Same list means the contents are same. So what happens? If we replace the content of this list, suppose if I change the content of at index position 0, 1, at index position 1 by, if I replace it by 40, what happens? This L1 is pointing to this memory location. So when we print L1, what happens? L1 will be 1 comma 40 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. So when we print L2, it will be 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. That is the content, the memory location which L1 is pointing to is different from the memory location that L2 is pointing to. So in this case, if any change is made in the list 1 will not be reflected in list 2. So by using these three methods, we can make a list, create a copy of a list, and the change made in one list will not be reflected in the other list. So thank you children. For today only this much. Try out these different examples. Even though they are containing same elements, they are pointing to different memory locations. Now let us see the other method. The other method is, instead of slicing, we are just using the function list. Then since list is a function, we have to specify parameter. So inside the parameter, we are giving the name of the list, which we are converting into list. Because list 1 is, L1 is a list already, just we are using this list function so that the two lists point to different memory locations. So now we have used the list function. In the second line, you can see L2 is equal to list. List is a list function. In bracket, our old list, that is L1. Then inside the L1, we are again changing the index 20, the value at index 2 to 20. That is 3 is being replaced by 20 in list 1. Now when we print L1 and L2, let us see what happens. Again, when we replaced L1 and printed L1 and L2, you can see there is no change taken place in L2 because L1 and L2 are again pointing to different memory locations. Suppose if we change here by 40, you can see it is being, first one is being replaced by 3 is being replaced by 40, but in second list no change is being affected. Now there is another method, that is by importing the copy function, copy library. So import copy library, then use the function copy dot copy. So copy is the library and copy is the function in that library. So we have to write like this: copy, which is the library name, dot function name. So copy dot copy in bracket the old list. Then again we are changing the index. Let us change the index position value at index 0. Index 0 by 40. So at index position 0 you can see it is 1. So we are replacing the value 1 by 40. So you can see the output at index position 1, the value is being replaced by 40, but the output is not changed in second list, it remains the same.